moving into the, I guess, your era of music now, and how has it changed? What do you want people to hear when they hear a Huey Mack song now?
I mean, that isn't up to me. You know, if I'm making art, then it's somebody else's interpretation of it, regardless. True. And if I put any thought into that, I'm not going to make something real. And for me, I think I just, like, I kind of was touching on how unhappy I was, like, when somebody brings up something I did in 5 minutes making a parody of a Carly Rae Jepsen song at 30 in a grocery store. It's weird.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's not. So I just ended up feeling like shame that I wasn't making good songs. Like I went back and I listened to a bunch of things and I was like, the bones are there for a good songwriter, but I'm just kind of like half-assing it and like pandering to a crowd still. Like I'm still trying to please these people who are like, make party songs or whatever. And then the pandemic hit, and that's when I figured it out. Like I started learning guitar, and I just was like, I really want to become a good songwriter. So I started writing everything acoustically. I started like studying, like I got really into folk, and like I'm not the biggest like Nashville country listener. Like I like some things I listen to, but like it's not my thing. But I got really into like folk and Americana and like this new songwriting that I'd just never been like privy to. And I studied it, and I was like, I just want to be a really good songwriter at the end of the day. Like I want to make stuff that I'm proud of 10 years from now, 20 years from now when I look back. And that's been like my basis.
It feels like you got like almost a new spark, like when that happening, maybe new motivation, because you figured out a way to kind of turn the page maybe. Yeah.
And like the album I put out before this last one, I started experimenting like with singing a little more than I ever had, and it was like moving in the right direction of what I wanted to do, but it wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then when I picked up guitar, the first song I wrote was this one called Dear West Virginia, and I just got this really random idea because Brad Paisley's also from there. I was like, I'm gonna ask Brad Paisley to be on this, and he said yes, and I was like, well, this is like new.
Yeah.
I've never like had a look like that before, so maybe something in this is right. And I just kind of studied that type of music, and I saw where I could fit in it, and it's been the most exciting time in my creative life as an adult, for sure.
For you, being a West Virginia kid and being from West Virginia too, that had to be a dream come true when he just says, yeah, I'll be on the song.
It was like I think my honest
I'm worried about this answer.
No.
I'm looking for the genuine thing.
No, like I was like, when I was growing up, like I wasn't into country, but I always knew Brad Paisley was the only other guy at the time from West Virginia. So like that was always a massive inspiration for me. And when I got the idea to send it to him, I didn't think he was going to say yes, because like I said with the festival, like I knew you could hit shuffle and hear something else. And I sent it to him, and they sent him a note back, and they were like, is it going to end up sounding like, and they pointed out some of the not so tasteful stuff that I had made when I was like a kid. And I was like, nah. And he's like, all right, cool, I'll do it. And I was like, more like, oh shit, he said yes. I was like, I don't know if I knew in my head he would do it or not, but he did. And I was just like, right on, cool. And after that, I was just like, this doesn't fit anything else I'm doing, so I'm just going to like maybe make stuff around this.
Right.
And that song didn't even end up being one of the bigger, it's like the fourth biggest song on the project, but it changed my life.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Well, how does it change your life?
Because I wouldn't have gone down there. I wouldn't have had the confidence to just be like, fuck it, I'm going to start singing. Like, I'm going to try something new. And I designed it. I don't know if you even listened to the album, but
I have, yeah.
I designed it to be an in-between. Like, there was a little bit of the rap stuff still there, but it wasn't a complete, like, divergence. And the next one is going to be, like, way different.
Okay.
In terms of like, in my opinion, quality songwriting is like really gone up. But I would have never taken that leap. I don't think I would have just maybe stuck to my old bag, tried to get a little better at it. But that, yeah, just
it's perspective. It changes things.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you want to shift it to now? Is it just showing off that songwriting talent?
So when I made that, I didn't know how to even sing. I was just singing.
Yeah.
Like I was just walking up to a mic and I was just singing in it. And like obviously like I understand notes and tones and stuff like that, but like I didn't know technique. I was just like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna do a duet with one of the better singers of our lifetime with no knowledge of how to actually sing. And I just made that whole album like that in my apartment with friends. Like I was just kind of walking up to a mic and singing, and it was working. And then I started doing shows after it came out, and I had a live band for the first time, and I would see videos and I was like, I'm not that good of a live singer off the first couple of times me doing it. And I was like, I'm going to get singing lessons. So for the last year, since it came out, I've been in singing lessons.
Oh, wow.
And I've been hitting, guitar heavy every day because I just want to be up there in 20 years with my boys jamming live music.
Yeah.
And that's I want to put on like a really good show, and I want to be able to do that show for the rest of my life. And like one of the issues that I had with the past was like, I just pulled up with a DJ. We took out the verses, left the chorus in, and sang over the beats, and it worked. But like, I want to be able to jam out for 2 hours with my boys every night and sing the fuck out of those songs. You know what I mean?